We will not be able to evolve unless we really take care of ourselves. And it is not at the moment when we are at a burnout. Shadows, or whatever you want to call them, demons, whatever, we have them, and let's accept them and let's manage them. Getting rid of them is not going to work. You will just be in the fight with this for the rest of your life, and you will just end up not liking yourself, because my self-love, it's still a journey. It's always going to be. I change, I evolve. um if you process these emotions, you end up just focusing more on love. And you're so right, we cannot blame anybody. It's us. We have to work with it. I now want to come to this new way of thinking about mistakes. I think that it's only learning.
Hi everyone, I'm Camilo Torres, and welcome to Flowcast. In here, we're going to have amazing conversations with the beautiful people that has joined our community. We're going to get a lot of inspirations for the life journeys, passions, creations, because we believe that when you share your unique story, you can inspire others. So please enjoy this new Flowcast, and also I would love to invite you to join our community. And if you would like to share your unique story, please go to our website flowwithcommunity.com for more information. Thank you. Please welcome Vita Klimashevska. Hi Vita.
Hi, Camilo.
Oh, thank you so much for being here. It's my pleasure to have you here and to reconnect. Yeah, and I think we met a while ago through friends of friends, and I think I've been also following your journey. It's so beautiful what you have done so far. And yeah, thank you so much for being part of the community.
Thank you for having me. I'm really honored to be here. And you're right. I think that the first time we met, which was a few years ago, both of us did very, very different things. And now we kind of ended up in a very similar journey, or at least we do something with a similar objective, which is really beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, and I would love you to share your story, how it's been your professional journey and your life. And yeah, I would love to know more about that.
I will try and keep it short, but let's start with my professional journey. So well, I'm originally Ukrainian. I grew up in Portugal, then I went to study business marketing in Scotland, in Edinburgh. And after that, I moved to London and I got a corporate job at Nestle, and I worked at Nespresso in marketing for, I think, something like 7 to 8 years, which is crazy. I did different roles within the marketing team, and it was definitely one of the most beautiful, one of the journeys I'm the most grateful for, because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be where I am today. So it was a very long, but very, very full, knowledgeable journey of a lot of lessons. Um, in the end of the journey, I found myself burnt out completely, and I wanted to do something new. I wanted to rest. So I decided to move back to Portugal. Now, I had no plan, no job, nothing. I was just exhausted, and I wanted to have something new. But actually now when I look back, for me, it's I was running away. I was running away from myself, from myself mostly. So I moved to Portugal, and for a few months, I had no idea what I was going to do. But after Nespresso, I've learned a lot of business, and I always am full of ideas. I said to myself that the next thing I will do is open my business. So within a few months, still completely burnt out, exhausted, I found a place in Lisbon and I rented it, and I thought, okay, this is going to be my business. Had no idea what it was going to be still, but I was just like, okay, let's get into it. And then with time, what I thought was that, well, what can I do is just share my journey. So whilst I was opening the business, at the same time, I was working on healing my burnout, getting to know myself. And so I was all into the self-care, I didn't know how. The reason I ended up where I did was because I never took care of myself. I didn't know what that was. And so I opened the studio. It's a self-care space where I share the tools that I use throughout my healing journey to get better and to really just better my lifestyle, to live a happier life. So in the studio, we now provide classes of yoga, Pilates, body work, massages, meditation, and breath work. And these are strictly the tools that I use. They're, tested on me and on other people. And I feel like it's my purpose to share this because let's be honest, I think we will struggle to find one person in this world that will not benefit from any of these. So for me, it's a no-brainer, and more people need to know about it. And so that's how Loom by Vita was born, and now it's a little space where I share this.
Wow, congratulations. And I love it. And I love, wow, thank you so much for sharing this. And I love everything. And it's so important to look after ourselves. And 100%, I think I also go into that journey as well. And when you find out that self-care is so important in life, you want to share it. And thank you so much for
Mhm.
going into that path.
Thank you.
Yeah,
It's a journey. I think everybody talks, the whole of social media. We talk with friends, love yourself, take care of yourself, but nobody does it. Nobody knows how to do it. I think now, thanks to, so much information out there and people focusing more on self-care, we're getting into it. But still, I am certain that there is never enough tools, talks, knowledge about how important it is to really put ourselves first,
100%. And with that, how important do you think is self-care for our personal evolution? Because it's different, like and then I love your journey, and it's been through burnout, and you mix it with your techniques, but I guess our personal evolution is a never ending. But how important is it self-care for you on that journey?
It's vital, it's essential. We will not be able to evolve unless we really take care of ourselves. And it is not at the moment when we are at a burnout. I unfortunately went through that path, but it's maintaining that we should take care of ourselves when we're good, also, not when we're just bad. And so we can be 100% ourselves, so we can put 100% effort, knowledge, energy into what we do, into evolution. Because imagine how we evolve is we change a lot, and sometimes changes are uncomfortable. If we don't take care of ourselves, this change will bring you down and it will be harder to get out of it. So for me, taking care of ourselves is absolutely essential in any phase of our life, in any evolution journey, in anything. It is, we cannot be the best worker, the best friend, the best boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever that is, if we don't take care of ourselves, because then we project it, and it's not selfish. It's not, it's on another side. It's selfless, because we want to be better for the world. Therefore, we have to be good within us. And self-care is that it's going to help us.
Wow, I love everything. And then I think what you said about change, and change for me, it's a very powerful thing. And sometimes self-care is about change. There is a bad change and there is a positive change. And
Mm-hmm.
then are very, very, very uncomfortable to do. Mostly the good change. And it's important to highlight that as well.
Absolutely. And I think that we have this, when I came to Portugal and wanted to open the business, when I shared it with people in London, for example, with my friends, they were like, wow, it's amazing. It sounds so glamorous. It really is not. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of learning, it's a lot of struggle, especially when you do it when you're burned out. But even if not, it's really hard. You have to go through a lot of change, and it's very uncomfortable. And I think that we must share that, so people don't think that, you know, doing something like that or changing is just, it's just, you know, like a walk in the park, or we read a book, or we just go to the gym 5 times per week, or it's not that. It's so many little steps, so much uncomfortable feelings. It's just, but it's vital in growth. If we don't feel that uncomfortable feeling of wow, you know, there's no change, there is no evolution. We must break through that.
Yeah, yeah. This is so important what you said, because people, like, it's important to just share it, because this journey is not easy. It's been like, for me, and I think for many people, self-love, like the journey of love, it's like people say, okay, yes, I just go to the spa and this is self-love. It's like,
Yeah.
no, it's very deep. It's very going into your traumas, into your habits, and break all that down and not ignore them, like trying to
Mm-hmm.
live in peace with them. And
Yes.
yeah,
Absolutely. You know, we all have our bright and dark sides, and we will never get rid of them. And people need to stop pushing them away, trying to get them, these shadows or whatever you want to call them, demons, whatever. We have them, and let's accept them and let's manage them. Getting rid of them is not going to work. You will just be in the fight with this for the rest of your life, and you will just end up not liking yourself because you'll focus on that. But if you accept them and you just learn how to manage them, you learn how to use them. You know, I believe that in our weaknesses is our biggest strength, if we get to know it, and if we know how to manage it and how to use it correctly.
I love that. And with this, and I mean, I would like to add something else. Like, if you also accept them and love them, because
Yes,
our past create us, right? But it doesn't define us, but it makes us who we are at the moment. And if you love
of
that
course.
version of yourself, your old versions, it's okay. And but then you don't doesn't mean that you're going to become again that version. You're just always
Mm-hmm.
evolving. Yeah.
For
I love.
sure, for sure.
And with this, well, talking about self-love and this journey, how did and I love it, and you and me were very connected on that. How did you start it? What makes you? I know that you talk about the burnout, but were any specific moment, or how did you start it, the process of love? Yeah.
So look, for me, what self-love means to me today is knowing yourself. First of all, it's knowing yourself, because without knowing ourselves, we cannot really love ourselves. Like anybody, you can't just love, like when you meet a guy and you're just like, okay, I don't know you, but I love you. It's not that. Love is once you get to know somebody and then you're like, wow, okay, you're this person, I love you. So for me, I swear to God, I had no idea who I was until I probably moved to Lisbon after my London journey. And it doesn't mean I love my life. I was a very confident girl, but I wasn't feeling worthy. So I could do things, but in the end of the day, I was not feeling great about myself. Something was wrong. I was doing something wrong. It was because I was doing everything based on the conditioning, the background, the people, the influences that were around me. So I had no idea who Vita was. What does she like? What does she want? What food does she like? You know? And after the burnout in Portugal, I was struggling a lot in the beginning. I came here, I had no friends, I had no family, I had no job that I supposedly loved. And I was like, who am I? What am I doing with myself? And I was very, very depressed. I was diagnosed with the severe depression. I ended up in the hospital because I tried to kill myself. Because I could not deal with myself anymore. I hated the dark shadows in me. I I didn't know the good ones. I only focused on the bad ones, and I ended up just absolutely detesting myself, and I was ashamed, I was guilty, I had nobody to share. I had a lot of people to share it with, but I didn't. I isolated myself. And so when everything turned around, and I was very lucky to stay alive, to be alive. I had a lot of support from friends and family. I decided that it's my second chance, and this is now. I'm going to start from day one to get to know myself. So I did a lot of different exercises, therapy, hypnotherapy, somatic work, then breath work, yoga, meditation. And I used to spend days writing things that I like, taking screenshots of what I like, and then putting it together and look, okay, actually this makes sense, you know. I wanted to get to the point that where I knew myself so much that if I came to a group and said, well, I love Eminem, and everyone would laugh, and I'm like, I don't care, I love Eminem, I know myself. Nobody is going to tell me anything else. So months after month, I did that. And I started to get to know Vita, you know. I was like, okay, so she likes this, she likes that. Honesty is one of my biggest values, and that's why I'm honest about my journey. I think that it's so necessary, and that also was something that I found when I was getting to know myself. Um, and my self-love started building, you know. It built on a daily basis, but in the meantime it was never like wow, you know. It was like up down up down. That's how it is. And I still did some I had some behaviors, some patterns repeated, but it wasn't the end of the world, because I knew that I'm on a journey to get to know myself. I knew that I had some dark sides of me, and I knew that they were also beautiful, because they helped me come to where I am today. And trust me, you know, my self-love, it's still a journey. It's always going to be. I change, I evolve, my surroundings change, I lose people, I lose relationships, I lose things, and that's okay. It's just being okay with it, you know. And yeah, and now I can say that I finally know. I know Vita. I don't know her fully, but I'm so excited for the other parts, to get to know the other parts of myself. And no matter what, I'm going to love them now, because I know that there is not only one way of being, you know. And it's okay to change. It's beautiful to change.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I love that about me.
So nice, and thank you. And I think the universe, like it, we pass through so difficult moments in our life that we need to take them as opportunity, right? And this is the opportunities of evolve, of knowing ourselves, of love. We need to see life that way. I think a lot of people see everything that happens is in the wrong path. And no, I think this is the universe telling you, hey, look, this is a not test, but this is the opportunity I give you to start
Um,
inside you and start knowing you.
yes, a friend of mine, in that moment, she was the one, I have to mention her. She was the one that did branding for my business, Kristen from New York. I met her in Portugal, and when I was struggling a lot after the suicide attempt, I spoke with her, and she told me, I said, I just don't want to be here. I don't know who I am. I don't want to. I don't have energy. And she said to me, well, you try to hate yourself. Why don't you try to love yourself? And I said, but how do you do that? And she says, well, just do things that you like. And I was like, but I don't know what I like. And she said, just find out. And this year, Kristen passed away. And
Sorry.
it was so shocking to me, because she was the person that you know, helped me through this. And it's always in my head. You tried the other way. You tried hating yourself. You tried hating your life. Why don't you try just loving it instead, you know?
Very
And that was such a turn around. And I mean, we all talk so much about self-care and self-love, but it's not just about, like you said, spa or working out or eating healthy. It's about giving things up, like toxic friends, toxic relationships, substances, when you know that you're taking them for the for the wrong reasons to escape. We all know this, but it's so painful. It's so painful to deal with the reality that sometimes we just close our eyes to it. And it's very important to know that self-care and self-love, it might be uncomfortable until it's comfortable.
Yes, yeah, 100%. And I think like what you said about the habits and I think when you really love yourself and when you start knowing and caring about you, then you're starting open your eyes and you don't want to lose that person that you have been working so hard. And I think
Mm-hmm.
we before this chat, I think we talk about that. I quit to drink alcohol because for me alcohol was a way to losing myself. Uh yeah, to forget who I was. And it was making me that. And then now it's like, no, I don't want to lose this beautiful person that's inside me and just want to be
Yeah.
always conscious.
Present, right? Present.
Yes.
I absolutely agree with you. Many times we think, okay, we will just socialize, and like I told you also before, I have nothing against it. It's just that I myself still can drink sometimes, but I'm very conscious of it because I also used substances to escape, but I thought, no, I'm just having fun. I'm such a liar to myself, you know. And but now I know. Now I know. So actually, you want it less because you want to be present. You want to be present with your friends, your family. You want to know. You want to remember things. And it's everyone's decision, but it's very nice to see how many people are more and more aware of that. And I think this is, for me, you're doing such an amazing job with this platform because you have this opportunity, this space to share these stories with people that must know that they're not alone. I would have been so embarrassed, Camilo, to talk about this, to talk about the fact that, well, sometimes I drank or took drugs because I thought I was having fun, but actually I was just escaping because I hated my life. But now I'm not. I feel like if I knew more of people that did it then, I maybe would have not attempted a suicide because I would have known that I was alone, and you can get out of it. You can be happy. You can be inspiring. You can be healthy no matter what. At any point of your life, you can say, okay, this is enough. What can I do? But when you hear this from more people, it just makes yourself feel less alone, you know? Um, Feeling alone is the worst thing in the world.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And I think sharing your story is so important and yeah, 100%. I think you're right. I also went through that and even I think what you say is super important. When you know yourself, when you start in knowing yourself, when you start in loving yourself, don't excuse who is around you. I think
Mhm.
it's first go inside you. Don't say it's because the fault of this one or this situation or the place or whatever. No, that even if you change that, it will always continue to a circle. So it's all you start from you, and then when you start from you, then the world shines, and then whoever's around you,
Yeah.
you won't do it for them, you will do it for you, but then also you will see them with love and respect.
Absolutely. I did a lot of these forgiveness meditations where I used to blame my parents, my teachers, everybody around me. But in the end of the day, it's super interesting. We can talk about it another day. But in the end of the day, it brings you to the fact that you must do everything through love. And there is no point. We must process all of our emotions, because that's why we have them. They're very important, but we process them. So if we're angry, that's great, get it out, don't keep in. But if we process them, we move on to the next one, and that's how we can be happy. If we keep them in, then it explodes. Like, I used to have panic attacks because I could not get angry. I just could not get angry, but I was angry inside. If you process these emotions, you end up just focusing more on love. And you're so right, we cannot blame anybody. It's us. We have to work with it, because once you work, I found myself now being friends with the exact same people than before, but our relationship drastically changed because I changed. Work colleagues, people that I said I will never talk to them anymore, now I'm like really good friends with them. It's all starts and ends with ourselves, Camilo. And I think it's such an important message, because also when we're adults, it's our responsibility to take control of our lives,
Yeah, 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 I'm completely agree. And one of the things that I want to add, and well, of course you say it, is when I mean, it's a journey of love. So I had another flowcast with someone else, and she correct me, and she say, look, it's not self-love, it's the journey of love.
Sure, yeah, I love that.
And the journey of love, and I love that as well, because journey of love, but then also to start that journey of love, you need to start within yourself
Mm-hmm.
first. Because I
Mm-hmm.
think love now is being taken as, oh, you love other, like a relationship, and another,
Mm-hmm.
and also just as like the partner relationship. Even you don't see the relationships with your friends, with your family, with the others, with the people in the street. So just see the relationship, right? But then
Mm-hmm.
when you start your journey of love or self, which is start from you first, then the relationships around you, like you said, change completely. And yeah.
Yeah, well, think about this. The most important relationship that we have is a relationship with ourselves. So if something goes wrong, it's not like you can break up with yourself. You've got yourself for life, so you better sort it out. You better um get to know yourself, get to know your demons, manage them, love yourself no matter what, unconditionally. I love myself because I am, not because I went to Harvard, not because I opened a business, not because of this or that. I love myself because I am, for the rest of your life. And it's with that, like, people will come and go, even kids, they're born and then they leave, but you are with yourself for the rest of your life. So for me, that's the most important relationships, and that defines the rest of your relationships.
Wow, you said something very special, and I've been learning as well that I mean, I've been having this journey of love, and now I'm like, it's great. I mean, it's so special that I can go and enjoy myself, go party with myself. And I change because a lot of people say, oh, who are you with? And I say with myself, and they change my sentence, and they say, oh, you're alone, come with us. I'm like, no, I'm with myself, and and thank you so much. And I'm very social.
Yeah.
I and I changed that sentence, because when you feel alone is very different. When you feel alone is that is I think is I think you have yeah, you need to work with that. But then when you are with yourself, oh,
Yeah.
word change completely.
100%. And honestly, I've not thought about it, but it's really great that you say that in that way. And I think that we need to get into the habit of saying, I am with myself, I sometimes I love being I love being alone. So I sometimes people ask me what I will do, why will I not join something? And I'm like, I just want to be with myself, and they're like, weird though. But how I recharge. So for me, it's also like a thing, but yeah, it's still, in Portugal, it's a little bit different, talking about it. So
Look, I think
we're learning.
I think it's a new, well, it's not a new concept. It's been there for ages, decades,
Yeah.
every all life. But I think our social believings are saying, hey, you need to be with someone or you need to be around someone to enjoy yourself. It's like, no, sometimes what you said exactly. I love people and I love it.
Yeah.
I love going out. I love my friends. I love my family. I love even, but sometimes when I have like a few days, I love also to go out with myself or being with myself or treating
Mhm.
myself, and it's okay. That's not a issue, and it's
Yeah.
part of self-care.
No, but what you do here is you're nourishing the relationship with yourself, which is really great.
Yeah, 100%. So let's pray that and then just
Spread
keep
the word.
and with that, I think I want to share as well that with this journey for me, um I mean, it's a never ending first, and you say it's a never ending. I think we need to keep working on that. Keep also, we are human beings. We have a lot of mistakes, and it's okay. We all sometimes go back to a little bit of the habits. It's okay. Treat yourself fine. Like, okay, you did it last time.
Yeah.
Let's continue. Don't worry about it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but with that, I think I started looking at others completely different, and also looking at where I live at the planet. My
Mm-hmm.
mindset completely
Well,
changed.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I 100% agree. One thing I would like to say though, I now want to come to this new way of thinking about mistakes. I think that it's only learnings. Really, I think it's only learnings because if I didn't do mistakes that I did, and trust me, I'm the queen of mistakes, I wouldn't be who I am today. It's necessary. I would have not learned so much. I would have not opened my mind. I've just, it makes me who I am today, and it will make me. I am all for learning. So yeah, if I make a mistake, it's a learning for me. And with that, I think we can change a little bit of the fact how we beat ourselves up for something that we do that we don't like, instead of, okay, what can I learn from that, and move on. So I think that's very important because I beat myself up all the time, and people would tell me, are you crazy? I would have never spoken so badly to anybody like I did to myself. And now it's changing because I understood all of this. I did all of these mistakes and had all of these lessons. And people really just need to be gentler with themselves.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you, Vita, for sharing all this.
Thank
It's super
you.
special. I think we need to do another Flowcast, and you could share
We have
about
a lot to
re
talk about.
external relationships, which is pretty tight with that, and also I have learned as well with that, and it's really nice. Um, right. So to end your first Flowcast, I have three questions. You can answer with one word or a quick sentence. And here they are.
Okay.
What is creativity for you?
Creativity to me is being your authentic self.
Hmm. Love
I
it.
think everybody is creative. They just have to be, especially when they're themselves.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. Nothing so connected. Flow community has changed, has evolved, and it's always, well, flow for me is my heart and soul. So that's
Your
it.
baby.
And then I have changed it for, like, before I was creative expression, but now I changed it to authentic self-expression, which is we all need to do that. And you say it.
I didn't look. No, actually, it's just what comes to my mind. To me, I used to think that creativity was painting and dancing. Crazy, right? But yeah,
Nice. All right. Second one, what is your current creative expression?
it's definitely through my projects, through Loom. It's bringing people together. It's sharing my journey. That's how I express and that's me. That's just pure, authentic Vita is in there.
Love it. Thank you. And what the word flow means for you?
Oh, it gives me so much peace. When I hear it, my body just eases, relaxes. Flow for me, when I hear it, means like rise within what's in your heart, you know? It's just, yeah, that we know we have it here. Flow is let it out, what's in your heart.
Nice. Love it. Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much, Vita, for sharing your story.
Thank you. It's been my pleasure. It's such a great chat, and I hope that we can chat again.
Yes. Thank you so much,
A
everyone.
lot in common.
All
Thank you for
the
doing this amazing job that you're doing. And Flow community is wonderful. And I'm even though I'm now not in London, but I'm so grateful to be a part of it. And I believe that everything happens for a reason, and maybe, you know, the reason that we once met at a party was so we can share this story on Flow, you know.
100%. 100%. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.